Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Toughlove's Read Aloud. My name is Carol Franks-Randall, and I am a retired educator and a children's book author. I've written 3 books. One is called Talking Buddies, which is a book about a little boy who comes to our country from a Spanish-speaking country and all of the challenges that he faces when he comes here. I've also written a book called Playground Heroes, which is about 2 girls who take on bullies on the playground and how they do that. So that's that book. But the book that we're going to read today is called Jamal and Me, and it is my very first book, and it was written by me, Carol Franks-Randall, as I mentioned earlier, and illustrated by a wonderful, talented illustrator, Linda Farrington Wilson. So that's the book we're going to read today. But before I launch into the book, I want to introduce you to some of the characters. The first one I'm going to introduce you to is Jamal. And Jamal comes to all the schools that I go to and read these books aloud. He always comes with me. And he is the star of this book. And Jamal moves from the city to the suburbs. And he's not very happy about the move. Everything looks different. He has to make new friends. He has to live in a different house. He has to go to a different school. And it's very, very challenging for him. So that is Jamal. The second person I want you to meet is Dr. Toughlove. And you may remember that you've heard that name because this is Dr. Toughlove's Read Aloud. Well, Dr. Toughlove is the principal at Jamal's school. And she has the name Toughlove because even though she's tough on her students, she expects them to do what they're supposed to do. She is also very loving. So that's why we call her Dr. Toughlove. And when we read our book together, we're going to learn about her relationship with Jamal. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Jamal and Me by Carol Franks-Randall, illustrated by Linda Farrington Wilson. Jamal's family moved from the city to a small town in the suburbs. He didn't know anyone and felt lonely and out of place. There were very few sidewalks, no streetlights, and lots of grass and trees. So here is a picture of what Jamal sees. As you can see, no tall buildings, no streetlights. It looks very different from the city where he came from. Jamal had to start 3rd grade in a new school. On the first day of school, he met his teacher, Miss Iceberg. Miss Iceberg was very strict. "I tolerate no nonsense in my classroom," she told her students in a loud, stern voice. And here's Miss Iceberg's classroom. Here are the students. And as you can see, they look a little scared. Jamal had a rough start to the school year. On the school bus, he pushed students out of their seats and called them unmentionable names. The other children did not like him. So here's Jamal on the bus, and he says, "Get out of my way, I want to sit there." This is not good behavior. Jamal threw food in the cafeteria and made fun of his classmates on the playground. Nobody wanted to be his friend. So first, here he is in the cafeteria throwing food, not what he's supposed to be doing. And then If you look at this picture, here he is on the playground. And what are the kids saying to him? Can't you catch a ball? What are you, a wimp? Nobody wants to be his friend. And look at his face. Look where his head is. He looks very sad and unhappy. Things are not going well. Whenever Miss Iceberg spoke to Jamal about his behavior, he mimicked her and rolled his eyes. Jamal even told Miss Iceberg he was going to get her fired. So here's Jamal. If you see him, look at his face. He is rolling his eyes. He's sticking out his tongue. There's Miss Iceberg. She does not look happy. And now we see Miss Iceberg again, but we only see part of her. It looks like she's moving quickly. The papers are moving. And where do you think she's going? Think about that. After one of Jamal's outbursts, Miss Iceberg's face turned red. She marched into the principal's office. She wanted Jamal sent to another school. And here's Miss Iceberg's face. Dr. Toughlove, I've never met a child like Jamal. He's ruining my class and I won't have it. I want him removed. She looks pretty angry to me. But here's Dr. Toughlove, and she looks a little surprised. I think she's not used to having teachers burst into her office and tell her they want children removed from school. Instead of sending Jamal to another school, Miss Iceberg sent him to the principal's office when he misbehaved. Dr. Toughlove told him she liked him, but she didn't like his behavior when he was unkind and disrespectful. Whenever Dr. Toughlove asked Jamal if he had done something naughty, he always admitted it. So here they are talking, and she says, "Did you yell at Miss Iceberg and tell her she can't tell you what to do?" "Yes, I did," said Jamal. So even though he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing, he was honest about it. That's a good sign. Dr. Toughlove had a long talk with Jamal about rolling his eyes at his teacher. When Jamal was talking to Dr. Toughlove, she rolled her eyes. "Did you like it when I rolled my eyes while you were talking?" Jamal had to admit he didn't like it one bit. "It's important to treat everyone with respect," said Dr. Toughlove. So here's Dr. Toughlove. She's making faces, she's rolling her eyes, and Jamal doesn't like it. Dr. Toughlove and Miss Iceberg continued to talk to each other about Jamal's behavior. They agreed that when Jamal behaved well, Miss Iceberg would praise him for his appropriate behavior and send him to the principal's office to tell Dr. Toughlove. If Jamal forgot to behave appropriately, Dr. Toughlove reminded him to think before he acts and make good choices. She told him she knew he could get along with his classmates and teachers. Whenever she could, Dr. Toughlove told him that she believed in him. So here they are talking. And Dr. Toughlove says, "I'm so happy you were helpful to one of your classmates. I'm proud of you. But if Jamal does something he shouldn't," Dr. Toughlove says, "Jamal, I want you to count to 10 when you think you're going to say or do something that could hurt someone else." So Dr. Toughlove actually gave Jamal some strategies, some suggestions for what he could do to stay out of trouble. Dr. Toughlove and Jamal made a pact, that's an agreement, that if they saw each other in the hallway, They could give each other the thumbs up sign. Jamal knew Dr. Toughlove was his special friend and she liked him. So here they are out in the hall and they're not even speaking to one another. They give each other the thumbs up sign. They're communicating without words. Miss Iceberg noticed that Jamal began to be nicer to his classmates, and they in turn were nicer to him. Interesting. He was sent to the principal's office more often for making good choices than for misbehaving. So let's look at this picture together. Remember the last one? His head was down. Kids were calling him a wimp. Now in this picture, he's kicking a ball. Children are smiling. Somebody's waving. This is a much better situation. At the end of the school year, there was an assembly. Students in each grade were given special awards. All of the children came to the auditorium to hear the names announced. They were very excited. Now, I want you to take a very good look at this illustration. Linda Farrington Wilson and I talked about this a lot when we were working on the book together. We wanted this illustration to be very bright and colorful, and we put balloons there because it was really important for the reader to understand that this was a special day at the school. This was not business as usual. This was really important. Miss Iceberg said, the award for the most improved student in the 3rd grade goes to... Miss Iceberg. She looks a little different. Her face isn't red. She looks happy. I wonder who that student is going to be. Jamal! Dr. Toughlove was on the stage and she gave Jamal a big hug. She told him she was proud of him. So here's Dr. Toughlove and Jamal, and they have a moment together. And it's a very special moment for both of them. On the last day of school, after all the children left for summer vacation, Dr. Toughlove was emptying her mailbox. There was an envelope addressed to her. It said, Dr. Toughlove. There was a letter inside. Dear Dr. Toughlove, thank you for helping me this year. I know how to behave now and hold my temper. I remembered what you told me about counting to 10 and treating everyone with respect. Miss Iceberg likes me now and I have lots of friends. Have a nice summer. Love, Jamal. Dr. Toughlove's face broke out in a big smile. She put Jamal's letter on the wall in her office. So here's Jamal's letter. And now we look at Dr. Toughlove's office. And this is the last page of the book. And we put in something special. We put in what we call a thinking bubble. So what is Dr. Toughlove thinking? What a treat. I get to read Jamal's letter every day. And that, my friends, is the end of Jamal and Me. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Well, before we close, I want to tell you that if you would like to get in touch with me, if you want to learn more about my books, there's also some fun activities. I have a website, And if you Google Franksrandall.com, you will go right to my website. Check it out. There's some worksheets that you can download. There's some book reviews about about kids' books that you can read. So I hope you'll go to carolfranksrandall.com and check it out. Thank you so much for listening. This concludes Dr. Toughlove's Read Aloud. Keep reading.